I'm standing here on my balcony in the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. I was speaking to about 8,000 people in a ballroom of the Mirage. That's what brought me here. And I was talking to them about change and about paradigms. And I couldn't help but think of the change that's taken place right here in this city. Do you know, in 1970, Eric Hoffer said, in times of change, the learners will inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. Well, the world of 1970 is so different from what we're looking at here. It's like night and day. Do you know, around 1970, Alvin Toffler wrote the book Future Shock. In the Future Shock, he was talking about the change that was going to take place in the future. It was going to be a shock to everyone. He made predictions on the future, what's going to happen over the next 40 or 50 years. And what's happened over the past 40 or 50 years has been so far beyond anything of his predictions, and yet we thought his predictions were ridiculous. Hoffer said, the illiterate of the 21st century are not going to be the people who cannot read and write. They're going to be the people who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Now think about that for a moment. Do you know, you and I are being controlled, virtually controlled by paradigms. I see a paradigm as being a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. And I want you to think of this. Almost all of our behavior is habitual.
What I've discovered and what Bob discovered long before I did is that we are programmed. We have a program. We're programmed genetically. That's why we look like our relatives. We're programmed environmentally. So we pop into this world and depending on the people around us, whatever foods they're eating, we learn to like and eat. Whatever languages they're speaking, we learn to speak. Our intellectual faculties get developed as we get older, and we develop these great gifts, these abilities to choose how we think, to choose ideas that really serve us and will help us live the life that we want to live.
There's such phenomenal opportunity for the person who really understands themselves, who understands how their paradigm was formed and how that paradigm can be changed. And without that knowledge, the opportunity is just going to go right past them, like it is for so many people right now. My life has changed so dramatically over the past 45 years that it's almost difficult to look back and see where it was. And I'd already been working at change for 10 years, 45 years ago. It's been 55 years since I started working and developing my mind. Start to understand paradigms, start to understand the thing that's inside of us that's literally controlling our life. Do you know, we look as different as night and day, we sound different, we eat different foods, we have different cultures, but the bottom line is we're all the same. There is one mind. The universe operates with exact laws. They're not man-made, so they're not going to be changed by man. We're God's highest form of creation. We've got mental faculties and power beyond the scope of our imagination, and we have habitually waste all this potential. I believe if we're really going to enjoy the change that's taking place in the world that we're a part of, we're going to have to start to understand what makes us tick. We're going to have to understand how the paradigm was formed, how the paradigm can be changed, and how it's literally controlling our life. When we do understand that, then we're in control of ourselves. We're living the way we really want to live. We've knocked down all the walls. There's no limitations. Sky is actually the limit. Do you know, I've been coming here to Vegas since the 60s. I mean, whoever dreamed of the Bellagio in the 60s? If anybody suggested they were going to spend $1 billion and they were going to have rooms just to hang Picasso in, we would have thought they were out of their mind. There's a fountain right down here. In fact, it's just starting to go off. It's phenomenal. And the music plays and the fountain dances. It's all engineered. I was talking to somebody here at the hotel one time. They were telling me that there's a whole staff of engineers just managing this fountain. Anybody that's ever been to Vegas knows the Bellagio's fountains. You know, towards the end of the dance, it fires water higher than I am right now. And I'm on the 19th floor. And I look down and I see it. I think, what a magnificent creation. And I think of the mind that thought of it, then the mind that designed it. And you know, as magnificent as it is, it's nothing compared to what you're capable of doing. But the paradigm has to change.
See, it's not the thought in your conscious mind. You can say, I believe that I can turn my annual income into my monthly income. But that does not mean that you're going to turn your annual income into your monthly income. You see, it depends on what you believe at a very deep level, at the emotional part of your personality, where the programming resides. To really get what you want in life, you have to be in harmony with it.
I'm going to write a book on paradigm. In fact, I'm under contract to write the book. And I believe it's something we should start teaching children in school. We want to point out, if they just go in the mirror and look at themselves, they look like their relatives. They should ask, why do they look like their relatives? There's no two people look exactly alike. Billions of people, none of them look exactly alike. They're similar. But why do we look like our relatives? It's genetic conditioning. The genes that are passed down from one generation to the next are controlling our life. Life can be phenomenal, but we have to make it that way. It isn't going to happen by accident. We can either be observers and watch what's going on, or we can be participants and take part in what's going on. For the past 55 years, I've chosen to participate. It's helped me earn millions of dollars. I got more energy than people half my age, and every day is a new day for me. There's something new taking place. Just like this series that we are beginning to film. I want you to begin to think of yourself and ask yourself some serious questions. Where did your beliefs come from? Because your beliefs are controlling you. Who originated them? Is there any foundation for them? Do you know what you're going to find when you really start to dig into them? Your beliefs haven't got any foundation at all. You just inherited them, and most of them are ridiculous. Paradigms, life, opportunity. It's worth thinking about for a long time.